Can't get this wrong. Cannot get this wrong. If this is the first time you've gotten a question like this wrong, okay, fine. Just don't ever get it wrong again. But if you've made this mistake before, you're going to know it. And oh boy, this is so bad. You cannot score well on your SAT if you're doing this. Don't look at the equations and try to build the right equation, right? Our main math strategy is plug points into equations. As soon as I see these answer choices, before I even read a word of the question, my thought is I'm putting in a number for that X. I want to see how this equation behaves. So they give me a story. Let's see what the story says. The cost of renting a large canopy tent for up to 10 days is $430 the first day and $215 for each additional day. Which of the following equations gives the cost y in dollars of renting the tent for X days where X is a positive integer and X is less than or equal to 10? Okay, let's find a point. Do they tell me a number of days that I have a cost for? Yes, the first day costs $430. That's a point. 1, 430. Plug 1 in all these choices. What happens? 215 plus 215 is 430. That looks good. 430 minus 215 is not 430. 430 plus 215, not 430. 215 plus 430, not 430. We're done. That's it. If you got it wrong, let me see. What did you put? You put D. Because you didn't test the equation. You were so smart and you thought, oh, this is obvious. This is a line. We got a slope and a y-intercept. And the y-intercept, that's a starting point. And where do we start? We start at $430. That's the first day. But what's true of every y-intercept? Every y-intercept, without exception, the x is equal to 0. Why would there be an x equals 0 in a situation where you're counting the number of days you're renting a tent? There's no 0 days. You don't just randomly give tent companies money. You rent it for a certain number of days. So this 430 is not a y-intercept because it's not where x is equal to 0. It's where x is equal to 1. But none of that matters. You don't even have to think about it because I don't actually care why the equation looks the way it does. And that's your problem, is you want to understand what's going on in the algebra. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not interested in how the equation works. I'm only interested in if the equation works. And that's why plug points into equations is such a powerful strategy. We don't care about the structure of the equation. We want to plug in a point that we know is supposed to work. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, get rid of the choice. And with just literally 20 seconds of work, I'm able to get a very hard question right confidently. I guarantee you the people who got it wrong and picked D or something else also took 20 seconds. But it's a choice whether you think conceptually and algebraically about stuff or whether you do what I did and just plug in numbers. The numbers are always better. So I know my tone, I hope you're sensing that how bad this mistake is. If you got this wrong, this is so bad, you are not going to do well on your SAT unless you can change the habits that led to this wrong answer. They're going to do this exact kind of trap again. And they're going to do it in all sorts of other places that are completely different from this. And if you keep going down that algebra, conceptual, abstract path, you will keep making these kinds of conceptual mistakes that you don't even see coming. And your score will be much lower than you expect it to be. You'll feel really good coming out of that SAT, and then you'll be surprised when you get that score back. This is fundamental to success on the SAT. Do it my way, you'll get my kind of scores.